In the lead right now is Chio Taikai with 7 straight wins. Behind him, Hokutoriki with 6 wins and 1 loss. And then a step behind that, Asasekiryu, and with 5 wins and 2 losses, and another 8 wrestlers all at that level. So the Yokozuna is sliding behind at this stage, not a good sign for him. But this is exactly the halfway stage of the Basho, and plenty of time yet for him to come through and win his 3rd consecutive Basho, which, it has to be said, very few sumo wrestlers ever do. Well, this is the man who leads the pack, Chio Taikai from the Kokonoe stable. He comes into the ring. They do their ring entering ceremony, which is done separately from the Yokozuna. In this case, only one. This Basho, Musashi Maru, is sitting it out due to a wrist injury. And at the start of day 8, it's a full house, which is what those banners say at the top there, just over the hanging roof, which weighs about 6 tons. And they say it's on cables that will support at least 30 tons, so hopefully that's correct. Now here at this bout we have Jumonji against Tamarikido. Jumonji in the royal blue Mawashi, Tamarikido in the blue. It's difficult to see the difference I should say. And they twist and turn around, but there it's Jumonji who handles Tamarikido quite easily. Tips him over the side with yorikiri. Well, they complain about too many ricocheters getting injured, but I would say that the height of the ring and the sloping edges do not contribute much towards their well-being. I mean, they could run the whole thing on a flat surface, beyond the circle, as it were. Now we have Asasekiryu, the Mongolian, in his first Basho, Makuuchi Basho, against Gojoro. Mongolian in the red Mawashi comes out slightly slow. It's Gojoro comes across the gap a little bit faster. Going hard with the Tsupari thrusts and pushes to the upper body. Asasekiryu goes for the arm, tries the kotenagi, but Gojoro, too experienced, too powerful for him, and tips him over the side with yoritaoshi. Gojoro, of course, came into sumo, has been in pro sumo, Makuuchi sumo, a long time. Started in 1988, came into the Makuuchi division in 97, some 6 years ago, so a lot more experience than the new Mongolian. Now we have Kinkaiyama against Buyuzan. Buyuzan on the right, the hairier of the two, driving in hard. Kinkaiyama twisting and turning, trying to avoid the direct push. Now there's an arm lock throw, a kotenagi type move, but it's from that push, Buyuzan went flying past, but the referee, and let's look at very closely now whose feet went out first. It looked to me, yes, like Kinkaiyama's feet went out. Oh, now we have a little problem here. The mic is not working. And so the Gyoji has to find a mic that is working. So we all have to wait a bit while he announces the results of their... Yeah, so he said that Kinkaiyama in fact stepped out first, so it was Buyuzan's victory. So Buyuzan wins that one. That's his sixth win so far, and that was his 100th Makuuchi bout as well. Miyabiyama fights Kasuganishiki. These two have never fought before. Kasuganishiki on the left there, in and out the Juryo division. His ability seems to be somewhere around the bottom end of the Maegashira ranks and top ends of the Juryo. Well, he tried hard there, but he got squashed down by Miyabiyama with tsukiotoshi. So that was Miyabiyama's 6th win. Now next out, Hokutoriki, who has been criticized for doing too many pulling throws, hikiotoshi, and he's against Tokitsuumi. These two have fought once before, and Hokutoriki won one of those. Hokutoriki goes for the throat, but Tokitsuumi comes back, and then Hokutoriki comes back against that and overreaches himself, and down he goes. So Tokitsuumi wins that one with a slap down. Hatakikomi win for Tokitsuumi. Now Takanotsuru, big wrestler, 175 kilos. Against Tochinohana, 157 kilos. Some 20 kilos difference. Takanotsuru fairly high on the crouch down there. Comes up fairly high as he rises up from that. Tochinohana pushing up at an angle. Locking in tight, denying Takanotsuru his right arm grip. You see Takanotsuru can't quite get his hand on, goes for round the neck. Always a sign of desperation. He's hanging on right on the edge, and there's that bouncing moves of Tochinohana, which nudges him finally over the edge with yorikiri. That was second much needed win for Tochinohana. Fifth loss for Takanotsuru. Kyokushuzan's got 4 wins so far, against Aminishiki also with 4 wins. Aminishiki here, good skillful wrestler. Took him only 3 bashos to go through the judo division. That's up from Makushita division. That's the 3rd one down. Very quick progress through to this top division. Well, that was very neatly predicted by Kyokushuzan. He knew that Aminishiki would come out with a charge, which he doesn't often do. Aminishiki tends to not go for the full frontal assault, tends to receive the other wrestler, grabs the belt, twirls them around. Kyokushuzan read that one though and just pulled him down with hikiotoshi. 5th win for Kyokushuzan. Now Mr. Rocky Tree Mountain fights Mr. Young Mountain. Wakanoyama on the left, Young Mountain, Rock Tree Mountain on the right. Both around the 170 kilo mark, but it's Iwakiyama whose slightly greater bulk shoves Wakanoyama over the edge with a series of thrusts. So a thrust out win there, tsukidashi for Iwakiyama. Fifth win for Iwakiyama, 6th loss for Wakanoyama. Next out is Kasugao, who has had this leg injury, injured left leg, which he got in the January basho, which is giving him a little bit of trouble fighting Shimotori. They've only fought once. Kasugao won that one. So a hard smash into each other, then a lock onto the belt. Both hips pulled well away. Testing each other's balance and stability out at this point. There's a little bit of a run, but at the end, Shimotori tried a lift with his back to the edge of the circle, tried a lift and a spin, but Kasugao squashed him down and won with the yoritaoshi move. 2nd win for Kasugao and 5th loss for Shimotori. This is day 8 of the basho, exactly the halfway point, and it's around this time the Rikushi start to get a bit nervous, because by this point they'll know how they're doing. Here Kaiho against Kotonowaka. Kaiho very much the smaller of the two, almost 50 kilos lighter. Fighting on the circle there, going around the side, attacking from the rear. You can see that very deep grip, tries a little block on the leg at the same time. There's another block on the leg, you see how it works. Deep grip, pushes against the inside thigh of Kotonowaka, the big man, who's having great troubles keeping his balance. Kaiho now locks in again. Kotonowaka's trying to cut that arm off by grabbing the wrist, but Kaiho then comes across, uses the underarm grip and spins the much bigger man over. 50 kilo difference, and Kaiho some 6 inches shorter than Kotonowaka. Brilliant demonstration of sumo technique there by the smaller man. Takamisakari, 140 kilos, fights Toki, 172 kilos, 30 kilos difference between these two. No weight categories in this sport. Well, Toki doing his usual rough stuff, 2 hands to the face, but it's Takamisakari who locks his arms round again. We saw him do a throw very similar to that a couple of fights ago. Twist them over, he locks his arms round the upper body, inside the arms of the opponent, turns, twists, and spins 172 kilos of Toki over. Third win for Takamisakari. Chio Taikai there. Taking his time as far as the warm-up goes. Now we have Tochinohana. His time top amateur was in fact an amateur yokozuna, although the rank of yokozuna in amateur sumo is not a rank, it's what you get when you're a top man. You only keep it for a short while after you've won a championship. Here fighting Dejima, they fought 19 times. Dejima's won 14 of those times. Tochinohana firing off the overarm, underarm throws there, and Dejima lost his footing and went down. Tochinohana gets that win with the underarm throw, the shitate nage. Now we have, coming up into the beginning of the Sanyaku ranks, Tosonoumi here, Komusubi. It's the bottom of those 3 ranks, collectively known as Sanyaku, Komusubi, Sekiwaki and Ozeki. Nice hard start by Tosonoumi, crashes in on Takanonomi. Takanonomi now goes for his favourite technique, that's that wraparound arm throw. And with just that single arm, he lifts Tosonoumi up and dumps him over the edge. Well, you only have to watch that to see why they're collecting so many injuries in sumo. Takanonomi threatens the arm could quite easily break off that move. Marches him to the edge and dumps him over the edge. Always a possibility that the attacking wrestler will fall on top of the losing wrestler, so all sorts of possibilities for getting hurt. Now, Wakano Sato against Koto Mitsuki. Both Sekiwaki, and look at that smash there, the Atari whacked into each other. And it's powerhouse Wakano Sato who got his hands on the belt and then from the bounce, as it were, spun Koto Mitsuki over with a scoop throw. Sukuinagi. Now we have Asasekiryu coming down the Hanamichi. Very shortly coming up for his match against Kotoryu. Chio Taikai getting ready. He'll be fighting Tamanoshima. Right now we have coming up Kaiho, Western Ozeki. They're divided into 2 camps, west side, east side. Doesn't have much significance really. If you're in the eastern side, you had a better basho last time than the equivalent rank on the western side. Now here he's fighting Kyoku Tenho. They've had 9 head-to-heads in the past. Kaiho's won 8 of them. Tenho, though, skillful wrestler. Kaiho's not having a good basho. Kaiho locks in tight. Does a very classical yorikiri there. Just hustled him straight to the edge. Spread his legs wide, dropped his weight down, and just tipped him over the edge. Kaiho takes the Kensho Kin, the money in the envelope. Now this is the man who'll come out like a rocket. Tremendously explosive sumo from a standing start. It's crouched down, which is not that easy. If you look at sprinters, they have 1 leg back, 1 leg forward, and they drive off the rear leg. These sumo guys have 2 legs level, and they accelerate into the slam as quickly as they can, and they do it rather well. These 2 have fought 4 times. Chio Taiko's won 4 of them. Now he gets stopped in the slam, and he gets driven back. And Tamanoshima hurls him over the edge. Crashes down to the ground. Well, a shock there. Chio Taikai certainly came out hard and fast. But there you see what happens to an oshi sumo man, a pushing sumo man, when they get stopped dead. Because once that forward momentum's gone, they can be dead in the water. And Tamanoshima stopped him dead and then just popped him straight out of the ring. So Chio Taikai loses his straight winning streak. Let's watch that one again. There's that slam. And there you see the whole position reversed, and that final thrust that sends Chio Taikai over the edge and down. Now we're on to the final bout of day 8. Asasekiryu fights Kotoryu. They fought twice before, each has won once. Kotoryu on a little bit of a roll this basho. He's got 5 wins already, which surprised him. Started off well, had 5 straight wins to start, then he collected a couple of losses after that. He's in at my Gashura at 5, 31 years old, been around quite a long time, came into Makuuchi Sumo in 1996, some 6 years ago. Starting back from the start line, leads with his head, Asasekiryu, yet again avoiding the slapping, thrusting style of his own sumo. Is being hustled by Kotoryu. Kotoryu's on the belt there, but we should see a very powerful time. And there we see the outside leg hook that we've seen already this basho, and he's used it to great effect, as we've seen not only in this tournament but in previous tournaments. Let's watch that one again. He looked like he was shaky and uncertain. Kotoryu seemed to be making a little bit of the running there. He's denying Asasekiryu the grip. Starts to heave him around, but we didn't quite see that, but there we'll see it from a different angle. There's that leg hook on the outside, also a tip on the knee. Typically Mongolian sumo style that. They're very good at grabbing the opposing wrestler's knee at the absolutely crucial time and tipping them over just from a mere nudge on the knee. Always done, has to be done at the right time. So Asasekiryu, 6 wins and 2 losses. Kotoryu 5 wins and 3 losses. So at this stage of the tournament, Chiyotakai with 7 wins and 1 loss, Asasekiryu with 6 and 2. Stay with us, we'll be back after the break.